Alrighty, guys, we're back with another super amazing, super delicious Snack Run podcast, episode 5. I'm your host, Ryan Hernia, aka Never Lose Heart, aka Kona Hot Cafe, and this is my best buddy.
Whoa, I didn't see you guys there. I'm Brady, another one of your hosts, co-host actually. And fun fact about me, I'm allergic to anything with a seed. Some people like to call those fruit.
A seed?
Yeah, seed. I'm allergic to anything with a seed.
Oh,
You not know that about me?
really?
No, like dead ass.
Watermelon?
Like
no apples?
Can't do it. Anything with a seed, I'm allergic to. So like no watermelon, apples, strawberries, blueberries.
Grapes.
If it has a seed, Ryan, I
Grape is 80% water, though.
But does it have a seed?
I think so.
Then yes, I'm allergic to it.
What's that called?
I don't know. Being allergic?
Ignorance?
No, I'm allergic. Dead ass.
And this is this podcast for everything: TV shows, movies, pop culture, anime, manga. Did I miss anything?
No, you got it.
Glizzy Experience.
The Glizzy Experience, a working title. We were really trying to. I was pushing it, but then someone, I'm not gonna say who, someone didn't allow it.
Before it was called the Snack Run podcast, the Glizzy Experience was like the number one we're going for.
It was number one on the whiteboard for a week.
Yeah.
A week
Yeah.
straight, it was number one. But
But then someone pointed out that the term glizzy may not be a thing like in a few years or something.
and
Which I agree.
it's a few years now.
It's 3 years later.
It's 3 years later, ever since we came up with the Snack Run podcast. So is Glizzy still relevant?
I think it is. If someone said, "Dude, that was a big old glizzy," I would still laugh.
I think it's like the term. I mean, the thing it's describing. It just get called something different every year or every like generation or something. Because like in high school, chode was a big thing. Like, oh, you're a chode. That guy's such a chode. Now it's like, glizzy this, glizzy that.
But if someone said, "Wow, dude, this guy was like a straight chode for real," like I would still laugh.
But if the guy's like, oh, this guy has such a huge glizzy, do you laugh?
No, I like Big Swinging Hog better.
Oh, that's a good one.
Today is the 5th annual Marvel episode.
It's our 5th annual Marvel episode. It's really cool because I love Marvel. Ryan.
I've been to Avengers Campus twice.
Twice? Twice? That's crazy, man.
Choking on dick again.
The glizzy. Choking on that glizzy.
Big Swinging Hog.
Yeah, but I like Marvel. Ryan likes Marvel. We're like, hey, let's have an annual Marvel podcast segment where we just talk about all things Marvel and all things we like about the MCU and Kevin Feige.
And there's so much to go over too. There's like, I don't know,
So much Marvel
16
stuff.
movies and like
So many.
10 shows.
Amazing movies, some okay TV shows.
And you know what's crazy? Like, I don't think you can go walk this whole earth. This whole earth. This whole.
Earth.
This whole. Why are you making fun of my accents? My accents.
You mean your lip?
Yeah, you're making me feel really uncomfortable. You're like putting a spotlight on me right now. You can walk around this whole earth or this whole neighborhood, and you won't find two people. You won't find any two people with the same opinion overall about Marvel.
Because Marvel's such a huge thing. They have just they branched out and have so many different storylines and just avenues you could take. And some bangers, some
stinkers,
some big stinky stinkers. And we're going to talk about the stinkers, and we're going to talk about those bangers. We just want to specify this is only going to be for the movies in the MCU. There's a lot of good Marvel-related movies, and there's also a lot of good Disney Plus original Marvel TV series. But just to minimize it, because there's going to be a lot, and we're going to have a lot of these Marvel episodes coming up in the future. So just to minimize it,
top 5 stinkers,
top 5 stinkers, top 5 wieners.
Top 5 best. Is that what it means?
That's what I mean. So it's mainly just going to be MCU movies that is in our top 5.
Right, MCU, right. Because, if it wasn't, you open up a new door to, all the Wolverine movies.
All the Rayman, all the Sony ones, all the... It's crazy. Morbius, I think Morbius is on number 1 for everybody, actually.
Is that MCU or is that...
No, it's not MCU.
I really didn't know.
Really, MCU would never release such dog water.
But there's also kind of a crossover because in that movie, you see the Spider-Man's bad guy, the Falcon.
It's so weird.
Or sorry,
it's so weird. Yeah, no, Falcon. or not Falcon, Vulture.
The Vulture. Yeah.
The Vulture. It's such a
All these-
bad movie.
All these bird-based bad guys.
Okay, let's go over it. Top 5 in no particular order. Let me start with my number 5.
Start with number 5, brother.
Oh, sure.
Also, wait, number 5 can be just as good as number 1 because like I don't. Yeah, there's no order.
Yeah, so there's no order, but for me, it's kind of a tie between 2. I'll let you know the both, and then I'll let you guys know which one is better than the other. I have 2.
Okay.
I have Shang-Chi, and then I also have Thor Ragnarok.
You put okay. Okay. Start off with a cheat, but all right.
Yeah, so it's kind of those 2. I think I'm going to put Thor Ragnarok over it because Shang-Chi is amazing. Great story, great action, great character development, definitely with the villain. But Thor Ragnarok, it really changes what Thor kind of looks like currently in the MCU. And I love the direction where director Taika Waititi went. I butchered.
Taekwondo.
No, but I really enjoyed the new direction they were able to go with Thor. It really push his limitation because before in the original Thor or Thor the Dark World, just very boring, very bland, had no interest in him. This really turned his character around and allowed him to like really develop his own personality, his own character traits.
Wow, you had a lot more to say about that than I did.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, it's funny.
Well, it is really funny. But Thor Ragnarok, a great Hela, the main villain, Thor Ragnarok. She was amazing.
I'm happy they left Earth finally. Like,
Yes.
oh my God, why is there like the God of Thunder and like the heir to the throne chilling on Earth so much?
It was cool because like I like the things like when they were on Earth, they were currently doing stuff. Like they met up with Doctor Strange, they had a little confrontation with Hela, but like once when they were off Earth, they were off. It was really cool. There was a lot of really good stuff when they teased to the future MCU. So I think Thor Ragnarok is my number 5 spot.
Very cool. So Shang-Chi was an honorable mention. Is that why you put that there?
Yeah, I just like it was a tough competition between those 2, and I just had to do Thor over Shang-Chi because like my other picks, those just slightly beat Shang-Chi because I have a lot of pride and respect for Shang-Chi. It just didn't hit my list.
Pride because you're Chinese. You said pride and respect.
Yeah, I'm prideful of that pick. I'm prideful that, that I'm able to have Shang-Chi on my list
You feel represented by Shang-Chi.
by the action since I study Tai Chi a lot.
So I'll go with my top 5. My 5th one
Yeah, let's hear it.
is Shang-Chi. I'm not joking.
Well, do you feel disrespected right now?
No. I love it. And I know it's not for everyone. That's fine. I think it was you said it, or I saw it on an interview or something like that too. But Marvel is broken up into three parts, right?
Yes.
It's like street level threats, space threats, and then like magic shit.
Yes, 100%.
And I feel like Shang-Chi is a little bit in between street level and magic stuff.
Yeah, it kind of rides that border.
I love it so much because I am a huge sucker for like a really good like fist fight. That's why I love Daredevil so much because like the guy is only fists, like that's all he has to him. I love that he is like a master of martial arts, and not just that. Like later he gets like a power up where he has like an extended like reach with his rings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also
He's definitely badass.
he's super cool. And then
super cool.
that bus scene, like whenever I think of Shang-Chi, that's the first thing that comes to mind. That bus scene is stupid amazing.
That's why I had to put Shang-Chi up there as at least an honorable mention because like the couple of scenes in Shang-Chi is definitely up there at like the best fight scenes in the MCU period.
Okay, cool. I'll give you that. I was like, just a couple? No. And then, but
the bus scene and the last scene with the dragon.
yeah.
Where he's just riding the dragon.
Yeah, and he goes like full like Goku's like
It basically
full
turns
Dragon
into
Ball.
like an anime Dragon Ball fight. What like I think that's what kind of like made us hype about it because we're like, because we saw that together. Yeah,
fast.
we saw that together.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. But
And it introduced real life Pokemon. They went to this like spirit realm where there was like different like monstery type looking Pokemon looking creatures, and I thought the story was kind of sad too. Like the dad wanted to see mom so badly because he was.
the dad's such a good villain.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool to see like someone who was like just wanted to be loved and feel loved again, and I kind of feel that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Also, one hot take. I didn't hate Aquafina.
People hated her. They thought she was just annoying and yappy.
People they kind of hate her in general. Like
Oh, as a person.
I don't know. I guess I think she's really cool.
Yeah.
I think I'd love to have a friend like that. Just like a little bit on the annoying side, but I always want her around.
Yeah.
I think
she just rubbed people the wrong way. I didn't mind her. I thought she was very interesting. People are like, oh, the movie went a lot smoother without her. I'm like, no, she kept it lively. You know, you can only have too much seriousness throughout the whole movie. Definitely when it comes to like family matter, she kind of left it super light.
In that movie, it never felt like it took itself too seriously. It always felt like, yeah, the stakes are high, but we're having fun.
I think another thing what that movie did really good is on the third Iron Man, they introduced a fake Mandarin, and they brought him back in this Shang-Chi movie. And that was really cool because like they thought they were just a one-off character, but the MCU was able just to show like, oh, we're able to like bring back these characters and make them useful.
They've done that multiple times. One of the villains in like Captain America, I think like 1 or 2, was one of the main villains, or like kind of like a side character kind of in Captain America and the Falcon.
Yeah. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, the MCU is really good at that because they know they're not going to get a major hit in every single character, but it's what you do with that character flop is what matters. So I think Shang-Chi did really good.
There's 3 other characters that kind of were side characters in like the Avenger movies, like the manager guy who's like, you know, started off as kind of like the assistant. He kind of play bigger and bigger and bigger roles. Same with Piper, Iron Man's wife.
Yeah.
She was like just like the like, you know, dumb assistant. And then she like became like the dumb assistant he's banging, and now became his wife.
And then they have a kid. Spoiler: they have a kid. And they fucked. They fucked.
Piper and Iron Man.
Yes, not Piper and the kid. You gotta stop thinking. I'm saying the kid's fucking.
You word things.
I said they have a kid and they fucked. Okay. Maybe that happens. Maybe that. Okay. No, not the kid fucking. I was like, maybe it happened that I'm saying.
We go to your number 2 now.
Okay, number 2, in no particular order, I'm going to say Spider-Man Homecoming.
God dang, do we have the same list?
No.
I hate you.
Spider-Man Homecoming? But a lot of people get confused with Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm thinking...
I just got confused.
Yeah, no worries. I think Spider-Man Homecoming is a great introduction. I'm huge on introduction characters.
You're a huge Spider-Man fan.
I love Spider-Man. I think Tom Holland, I will say it, is one of the best Spider-Man out there.
This is a whole podcast.
I know. But I'll just keep it as Spider-Man Homecoming. It was a great introduction. It really set this tone of like, this is what an MCU Spider-Man is gonna look like.
Awesome. I really do love that movie.
Yeah, the Vulture was amazing. The characters.
Self-contained film. It didn't need 15 other characters.
And that's the whole premise of the movie is Spider-Man is talking to Tony like, I want to be bigger. I want to be more than your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But that's the whole reason for the movie is like, he's okay being the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man at the end of the day. And like, that's what Spider-Man character is all about. That's why Spider-Man is the most popular character in comic books in general, besides like maybe Superman or Batman, because he's the most relatable character in all of comic books.
I don't know who I was talking to the other day. I can't remember who I was talking to, but I was explaining to someone why Spider-Man is like one of the best, if not the best Spider-Man or like superhero ever. It's because he represents the everyman.
Yeah, he represents the struggle, the heartache, just the life experience.
The bullies, like how he struggles talking to girls, struggle making rent. I mean, this is all like, you know, early Spider-Man days, obviously because a scientist and like a badass. But like, yeah, he struggled. He struggled with women, rent, parents. He had no parents, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think if we're going to talk about favorite scenes in that movie, my favorite scene is, well, there's 2 parts. I'm a sucker for superheroes who are just kind of working with what they got. So when Tony took away his super nice suit, the Stark Tech suit, he just had to wear his old homemade suit. And like, I love seeing superheroes like they're just working with what they got. They're working with like what's in their inventory. They're working with like just any materials possible. In that scene where he's stuck under a the rubble of the building falling on him, and he's stuck on it, and you see his reflection in the water. It shows half his Peter Parker.
I don't think the same thing. Had to push it out.
Yeah, it's half his Peter Parker face and half his Spider-Man face, and it kind of breaks down like, who is this character really? And like just defeating, like he's crying out for help, and that's actually based off of a comic book where he's crying out for help, but no one's there to help him, so he has to find the courage inside himself.
Teacher.
Yes.
Me. Can we change this to Marvel Red for this episode?
Do you want to?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, talk to the camera while I change it.
All right. No, I 100% agree. That I think that's also. I think you would really. Is that the Darkest It Goes?
Is that Marvel Red?
Yeah, that's Marvel Red. Yeah.
How about this?
No, that's Marvel Red.
Is that Marvel Red?
That's Marvel Red. That's yeah, that's good. That's good right there.
Okay, tight.
Okay, so legit, I think that you would enjoy Daredevil because he is a little bit the same way, because he only has like his fist, and he's like the most average dude. In fact, worse than that, he's blind as fuck. Like he's more blind. Like Mr. Beast could not help this guy.
Yeah.
Like he's so blind, and he fights like hordes of like bad guys at a time, and he doesn't have a special suit. He doesn't have any special powers. He just and he goes at it with what he has.
I mean, a little special powers.
Right, like
His senses are
right. His senses are heightened, but he really doesn't get anything to go off of. He gets beat up like a lot. So that's part of the reason why I like him. Same reason I like Spider-Man, because like he is just a normal dude at the end of the day, like normal-ish.
And I think that's one of the best parts of Spider-Man is when his Spider-Man life kind of bleeds into his personal life. Like, I love Batman. I think Batman's great, but you don't get enough of that cross where Batman's life crosses into Bruce Wayne's life. He keeps it very separate. When Spider-Man is like, he's only a kid. He can't keep it as separate as possible. So when his friends, his family, Aunt May, when they get involved into his Spider-Man life, that's where it gets crazy. And that's what really draws me to that character.
Right, and so yeah, exactly. No, I can't even add much to that.
Yeah, so that's my second pick is Spider-Man Homecoming. A lot of people might come at me. It's like, oh no, No Way Home, No Way Home. It has to be. I'm like, no, I love No Way Home, but it's just for different reasons.
Yeah, let's restart. Messing myself.
No, that's all right.
I can't really add much more to that. I love that movie. I have something else to say, but I can't remember what it was. Maybe we'll come back to it. But yeah, I wish I can watch it again. I only ever watched it one time because Sony and like Sony and Disney have like a custody battle.
They need to grow up. I think there was talks that they were gonna release all the Sony like Marvel stuff.
I would like that
on Disney Plus. I don't know when that is. Hopefully soon. But like,
real quick, give me your top 3 Spider-Man live action actors. Go.
The top 3 Spider-Man live action actors ever.
In order from best to worst.
Oh, from best to worst. Okay, it's gonna be. Oh, that's so hard. So mine. After Spider-Man No Way Home, it's gonna be Andrew Garfield. Then it's gonna be Tom Holland is second, and then last it's gonna be Tobey Maguire.
Okay, I respect it.
Yeah, because Andrew Garfield stole the stage in No Way Home. He
really
was.
did.
If I was just grading Andrew Garfield off of his first 2, he would be high. He would be probably number 2, but he wouldn't be number 1. But No Way Home really built on his character.
He's so animated, and it helps. It helps too that he's a super nice guy off camera. I've seen interviews with him. I've like followed him on social media, and I've also like seen his other movies where he'll take a role because like he has a genuine heart for the script. So I agree. I'm gonna go Andrew Garfield, Tom, and then what's his name? Tobey.
Toby's last.
I think
a lot of people are gonna hate on you or they're gonna hate on us.
I don't care. Let their 40, 30-year-old asses come for me. I don't care. One for Toby at the beginning of the bottom. One, he's old as fuck. He's like 55-year-old man trying to like look young still.
And like, go on.
One more thing.
Yeah,
he's a big dick.
Yes, he's a terrible
There's
person.
like
maybe he got better.
He's like nicknamed like Asshole McGuire on Twitter.
Bully McGuire
on Twitter and like TikTok and stuff. He's just like a total dickwad.
Yeah,
and he hasn't done anything. He did like 2 movies in the early 2000s aside for Spider-Man, and then that was kind of it, I think.
The Great Gatsby.
Right, that was one of them.
Oh, sure.
And
you want to hear a fun fact about Tobey Maguire?
What's a fun fact about Tobey Maguire?
A fun fact about Tobey Maguire is when they were filming the first Spider-Man 2, he was such a douche and asshole to the whole film crew and the directors and all that. Someone on the staff went up to the guy who plays Flash during that beginning fight scene in the high school. They said, hey, the guy who played Flash is like, hey, we'll give you $100 if you accidentally actually hit Tobey Maguire. He didn't go through with it because that's breaching a lot of contracts. But like they hated
him. $100?
Yeah, they hated him so much that they were trying to get him actually punched on set.
Right. I mean, I believe it. If I didn't know him outside of his movies, I think I might like him more. Not gonna lie to you.
Here's how we'll get to your second pick, but We love Spider-Man. We could probably talk about Spider-Man all episodes.
It could be a whole podcast.
But here's my.
We're not even tapping like into Spider-Man video game.
Here's my stance on the 3 live-action Sony Spider-Mans. Here's my stance on the 3 Sony live-action Spider-Mans. Tobey Maguire makes a great Peter Parker. He's nerdy. He has all the quirks. He looks and feels like a real nerd who like no one likes. But he doesn't make a good Spider-Man. He's not that good at the Spider-Man role in the suit. Andrew Garfield, on the other hand, he makes a really good Spider-Man. He understands the charismatic, the jokes, the quips, and like some people say he jokes around too much. That's what Spider-Man does. That's how he gets over like just his fear or anxiety when he faces these villains of like, I'm just gonna hit quirks at them and quips and stuff like that. Peter Parker, it doesn't really fit our Peter Parker. He's a little bit too cool, too stylish. I think Tom Holland, he's able to balance both Spider-Mans.
Right, because he has like a baby face, and he's the youngest one too doing it.
Yeah, so he balances like a really good, nerdy Peter Parker, and he also balances like a really quippy, fun Spider-Man. Because that's what we want to see on screen. We want to see a fun Spider-Man on screen. So that's my hot take for all 3 of the Spider-Mans.
I don't want to keep talking about this because we can talk about it for another like 30
Yeah,
minutes.
but we got a list to get to.
Right, we definitely do. So that was your...
That was my number 2.
Okay, we're not gonna spend too much time on my next one. It's Ragnarok. Big strong man, big funny laugh. It's
good. It is a lot of big strong men.
And there's nothing else we can really add to it other than Brady's excellent analysis earlier. I think that director is great. Kevin Taikawidi.
Kevin?
How do you say his name?
Taika Waititi. I'm having a stroke.
Taekwondo.
No. Director Taika Waititi.
Okay, cool.
Director Taika Waititi.
We
know his name.
That's also my favorite Hawaiian island, actually.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. You and your wife are going there?
Aloha.
That's yes for in Spanish. So I love that movie. It's super funny. It's super great. It's like it doesn't really have like a super complex story. I don't think. You just go in there, you have a good time. Just know that they have a sister and there's like a bad person, and like they're all family, and like Hulk is smash, man. That's it.
That's really funny.
Bro.
It's really funny. If you just go in and just like enjoy the movie, it's super funny.
Yeah, Hulk is smash. What's your third pick?
My third. Okay, so to review, my first pick was Thor Ragnarok. Second pick was Homecoming, what was super awesome. Third pick, can you guess what my third pick is? And no order at all.
Mobius.
It's not Morbius. It is Infinity War. Avengers Infinity War, huge team up movie. Huge bliss, huge twats. There's a lot of twats. Huge twist in it. It's just great. It's a wonderful team up movie. I think out of all the Avengers movie, it's definitely up there in the top 1 or 2 of all the Avengers.
This is a movie though, and this is gonna be not even the hottest take ever, just a hot observation.
Yeah,
you can't watch this movie just by itself. You really can't.
No,
this is a movie you only fully appreciate if you've seen and grew up and understand all the characters in it.
Yeah,
and
like I think a standalone movie, Avengers Infinity War, is not a good movie. No, because too much is going on. There's that, like, the stakes is just like, what's the stakes? I don't know. If you're a fan of Marvel, it's a must see, and everybody's seen it. Everybody's seen it.
Yeah, a lot of people are seeing it.
A lot of people, more than a lot of people, see it.
It's big, huge superhero team up. There's like 35 heroes plus in it. And like I said, like it has this downfall where someone's just scrolling the channels, they haven't watched a whole lot of Marvel, and they see that one. It's not gonna like be mega appealing. It might spark their interest.
Yeah,
but they'll be thoroughly good.
It's definitely one of those things. Like if you don't want to care about the plot, big strong men fighting other big strong men.
No, it's big strong dudes fighting big purple man.
Big purple ballsack man.
Yeah, big purple ballsack.
Yeah, so like it's fun, it's creative, it's interesting. I love it. I love Infinity War.
Next one also for me, it's my number 3 pick.
Give me a good one. It's
gonna be No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Yep. So
it's a banger.
We can't stay away from Spider-Man for too long, baby.
Yeah, we're wrapping right back into Spider-Man.
So Brady talked a lot about Homecoming, which is a great, excellent debut solo movie, and then No Way Home has a few more characters in it. Mostly just Doctor Strange, his friends, and then actually, hold on, I lied. Has a lot more characters in it.
It has a lot of characters, actually.
So this is another film that, going right into it without seeing not just MCU Spider-Man films, but also Spider-Man films from the early 2000s and mid 2000s. This is a film that you to fully appreciate, to love, you have to have seen the early Tobey Maguire Marvel series, and then 3 movies, and then also the mid 2000s Andrew Garfield, the Amazing Spider-Man. Because it's not that big of a spoiler anymore, they are definitely in it, and it's a multiverse of crazy adventure.
They do such a good job bringing in the other movies.
I agree. And it feels seamless. It feels natural. It feels like
it feels
this should happen.
What's crazy? It feels deserved. Like
Right.
it feels like the fans are like, we've been wanting this movie. We actually, it's something we wanted, what we didn't know we wanted.
Yeah.
It never felt realistic, but then they did it, and it's like, what the hell?
When the lead up to it, they were so tight-lipped about it that I hit my mic. I was like, please God, please give me Andrew Garfield. And when they did, I was so weird.
When he hopped out of that port, they're like, Peter, and he hops out.
I was like, dude, I was freaking out.
It was so hype because we knew it was not our Peter. We knew it was a different universe.
His face right away.
And then like once when he hopped, you're like, oh, I know that sling bing.
When Andrew Garfield parachuted, I was like, yeah, that's my big dick Spider-Man.
It was so cool. I think I was more hyped for Andrew Garfield than I was Toby.
Oh yeah, 100%. I was like, oh cool.
Because how did Toby introduce himself? He just walked in, right?
Yeah. And then
He didn't have like this big scene.
And then Andrew was like, why do you dress like a cool youth pastor?
It was so good. It was such a good movie. And like it definitely is like in other sense in my top 5, just not in like, I don't know. It like my levels like interchange of like what goes at the current moment. But like right now I'm feeling Homecoming, but definitely No Way Home definitely comes in.
Yeah, and I like the way it ended. It didn't end like super duper happy.
Yeah.
It ended in a way that will be interesting for the next movie. And 2, it ended like not super happy, which I'm okay with, because sometimes people just want like a super happy fun ending so they can leave happy and feeling fun. But sometimes that's not the art. That's not realistic. And I know they say, "Oh, it's not realistic." The Marvel movies, I get it, but like for the story, to have like a wacky ass pull ending that's happy, it doesn't feel right. So artistically, I think it ended well.
I'm surprised that none of the Spider-Mans actually died in it. I really thought they were going to kill off like Toby, but maybe they didn't because they were like, "Oh, if these go good, we could make a bunch of spin-offs of like Toby and Andrew and stuff like that."
More Andrew. Andrew's so animated. He's so animated.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're planning to do more stuff. With
I cried a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because when Zendaya was like falling from the clock
that was so
and
so moving, so inspirational.
How did he pick her? How did he get her without snapping her neck?
Oh, so what he did, because last time he snapped Gwen's neck because he just grabbed on, whipped her, and the whiplash kind of broke her spine. So he learned from his mistakes. So he flew down. He actually, since he has the strength, since he has like the incredible strength of a spider, he flew down. He first caught her, then whipped up and pulled himself down because he could handle the whiplash, but a normal human body can't handle whiplash. So he dives down, grabs her.
Yeah, plus like they were falling this and like getting broke different here.
I think I told you, I had a theory that something like that was going to happen. I'm like, if they are in this movie, they have to, hint at something like that happening in the past movie. And this blew my expectations out of the water. Like, wow.
So, right. I totally agree. And I think that was a much better way to handle it. Back when the Amazing Spider-Man 2 first came out, I was dating this girl, and my longest relationship ever was 3 years, and we're dating, and I remember leaving that theater feeling really emotional, and I just like called her, and I was like, I love you, I don't want anything bad happen to you.
I promise I'll never snap your spine.
Yeah, I was like, I'll never jump from a building and then disregard your spine and accidentally kill you.
Yeah, that would suck if you ever did that in a relationship. I think that might end the relationship.
For different reasons, but yes.
Yeah.
but yeah, so that scene meant a lot to me because like I remember thinking back to that night where I was like really emotional after watching it.
Yeah, so good. So good. So that's your number 3, huh?
After all, we just talked for a long time. Yeah, so that's my number 3. What about you? What's number 4?
You want to hear my number 4?
Or is it number 2 now?
Oh, I guess if we're going upwards. I'm just going in any order. I'm kind of going in the order.
Maybe you're going 5 to 1. I'm going 1 to.
Yeah, if I was going 5 to 1, I would say my next one for my number 2 spot.
Stop blue balling us.
It's going to be Captain America: Civil War.
Oh shit, dude! This guy likes the crossovers.
I like the crossovers.
He's like, no. One hero, not enough. Give me 10.
I think it was really good because it built off the last Avengers movie of like, yo, this is what happens when the superheroes aren't being held responsible. The Soviet Accords, it kind of shows two groups are divided, and just seeing the inner conflict of like, because it's funny because like, yeah, they have a little plot point where there is actually a bad guy, but it's like a really two good factions kind of fighting for their own causes. It's good versus good, not so much of the traditional good versus evil. Plus, that's the first ever appearance of MCU Spider-Man, so you gotta love that. Back to Spider-Man. We're back at Spider-Man. So having that like MCU first appearance of Spider-Man is like, oh.
The internet also dubs that Civil War one as like Avengers like 2.0 or 2.1.
It's basically Avengers. It's 100%. It would be like a
Voltron and 3, or is it?
Yeah, it's between Voltron. Because the acts of Voltron,
that's right.
The acts of Voltron kind of led to the Soviet Accords.
Right. So a lot of people dub Captain America: Civil War Avengers 2.5 because like it's all the Avengers kind of coming against.
It has everybody in it.
Also, no one talks about this much, but like, is it Ant-Man debut in that movie, or no?
Yes, I believe so. My memory is bad. I'm gonna say yes. Ant-Man is debuted in that movie.
I think so too. I think that's his debut.
Yeah,
but I think he was definitely overshadowed by Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man was so.
But not gonna lie, Paul Rudd is a tall glass of water.
He's not such a Ant-Man. He's an Aunt-Man. He could have my aunt any day.
That's awesome, man.
He's a sexy. You know, he was selected as sexiest man alive in like 2016.
2020.
Was it 2020?
Yeah, 2020.
Oh my God, time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, he is a sexy man.
You're sexy.
Time flies.
Honestly, for 53 years old, that man is
and
chocolate.
At the time of this recording, he's coming out with a new movie, Ant-Man Quantumania. What's gonna blow up?
Are we gonna watch that together, or are you gonna see it with your wife?
We could watch it together. I love it. It comes out in April, right?
Watch your wife first, though. Huh?
Yeah. But we'll watch it together.
I'm gonna be in the theater, like watching you watch it with your wife.
Wouldn't that be cute?
No.
Oh, okay.
I am extremely depressed all the time. You don't even know it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's sad. But I'll watch it with you.
No, me and Jeremy and Cindy are gonna go see it.
Oh, that's good for you. Our buddy Jeremy, he always comes in clutch.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
I can tell you a whole lot of stories where he's let me down.
But he's a good guy.
He's a good guy, yeah.
He's a good Christian man.
He's a man.
He is a man. Anyway, what's your number 4 spot?
The Guardians of the Galaxy, number 1.
I forgot about them.
Hey, I forgot. Is it your turn to talk or is it mine?
It's your turn, but I did forget about them.
Shut up. Just kidding. I love Chris Pratt. I love Chris Pratt. I've loved him since Parks and Recreation. I loved him when he was fat. I like him when he's skinny. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have a really hot take. I like people better when they're fat. I like it because they're funny. Like, okay, what if
do you have to be fat to be funny though?
Not always, but if you're fat and then lose weight, are you still funny?
Yes.
No.
So you're saying the new Guardians of the Galaxy isn't gonna be as good because he's not as fat?
He's
Well, he's not fat at all. He's actually shredded.
Well, in his new show, The Terminalist, it's on Amazon Prime. It's 10 episodes out right now. He wrote and directed it.
Yeah.
The Terminalist, he looks really skinny and like he's not funny at all, and his facial hair is kind of like everywhere. So he's not funny anymore. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that like, look at Jack Black.
Yeah.
If Jack Black lost like 200 pounds tomorrow and he's 150 pounds, is he still funny? Can you see a skinny Jack Black saying, "Hey, this is a Kung Fu Panda"?
To a point.
That was more like a Safarian.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very. I don't know, because I know a lot of people who are funny who aren't fat, like Kevin Hart.
But they weren't fat at all at one point.
Yeah, I guess I would have to see it to believe it. I haven't seen that new Chris Pratt show, so I don't know.
I haven't seen either, but I seen trailers and videos of him. He just looks like a different person altogether. He looks different.
Plus, he's gonna be Mario, so
He is Mario.
he is Mario. So I'm excited for that actually.
Yeah. So my third choice wasn't even actually Guardians of the Galaxy. It was just Chris Pratt. That's my third choice.
Your fourth choice, Chris Pratt.
Yeah, my fourth choice. Okay, so I like Guardians of the Galaxy. Actually, I love it so much. I love the soundtrack. Obviously, like the soundtrack's a banger. I don't think anyone can argue that. The soundtrack is phenomenal. It introduces a whole bunch of fan favorites.
Yeah.
Right? And we have like one of the best new characters ever, Rocky Raccoon.
Rocket Raccoon. He's.
Who's your favorite Guardian?
Oh, I would have to say. That's hard. It's between Rocket Raccoon and Groot.
And you say Groot.
Yeah, Groot's such a.
You're such a plant lover.
It
was his idea to get this stupid plant behind me.
Oh, but it's over by you. Because you need the oxygen.
Wait, hold on. Wait, who put this plant here?
You did.
This plant. Okay, no, you're supposed to have your own plant over here.
Okay. Well, Ryan is currently rearranging the plants. I will make sure not to cut to Ryan's camera because his butt is in the camera. During that whole time, I did cut to your butt. The whole time. Even with me talking.
Spoiler alert. Okay, so Groot or Rocket.
Yeah.
I like Star-Lord.
He's funny.
It also one of the stepbrothers is in.
Oh yeah. He works like basically for the Nova Corps.
He's the police officer.
Yeah.
Home to his alien wife. She's super hot.
Yeah. You know that's hinted that they all died, right?
What do you mean?
Because Thanos went to that planet where it's basically the Nova Corps to get one of the stones in Infinity War. So, like, if he went there, he probably destroyed that whole planet. So they're probably all dead. Isn't that sad? He was such a good character. He might come back, though.
I mean, he could have just, like, stomped out people, like, guarding.
Well, he worked for, like, kind of their military. So he would have been one of those people who was guarding.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So he's dead.
No, he's not dead. It's like did Jet die in Avatar? We don't know. He did. Kind of unexplained.
Didn't he drown?
Jet? Like he got hit with a rock.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Just that people were crying over his body.
Yeah.
And so I was like, kind of hit.
No, he's dead. They just didn't want to say on Nickelodeon.
Can't I just like have this one thing, Brady?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So I love that film. Nothing else you can really say about it. It's funny as fuck. It has a great soundtrack. It introduces a bunch of great characters. It's a contained story, which it can just be by itself, or it can be more. And it was more, obviously.
Yeah.
I love Chris Pratt. He's funny as hell. I like when Rocky Raccoon, and I think the second movie, he says like, "Who are you kidding, Quill? You're one sandwich away from fat."
Yeah. I think my favorite part in the first Guardians of the Galaxy is the intro scene of Star-Lord, where you don't see his face yet, but he's just singing and dancing to the music to get the Power Stone and that little thing.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Do you know what? We'll have to have another Marvel episode.
Yeah, we will.
Dude, the What If series when it was
T'Challa.
T'Challa as Star-Lord.
So he kind of makes a really good Star-Lord.
Yeah,
because he's not some scrub.
He changes Thanos like immediately without him turning into the Mad Titan.
Yeah, he's so good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man. It's such nerds.
It's kind of like Chris Pratt is kind of a flawed character, and maybe that's why we gravitate towards him, because he's kind of like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's not perfect.
Yeah, you see more of his flaws, I think, in number 2 when he's dealing with daddy issues and mommy issues.
Yes. Yeah, and then it kind of just comes together. Number 2 was so fun. I think the best song in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is Brandy. I think Brandy's in
This is number 2.
Is that 2? Oh, it is, because it's about the mom. It's like, Brandy. Yeah.
Such a fun.
And then the dad seduces like 4,000 different women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy, those numbers are expert numbers.
He fucks. Ego,
Yeah.
the living planet, even though, because in the comic books, he's actually like a face on a planet.
Yeah.
So, but this one, he was just kind of like a sexual being.
But like, how cool would it be to go to work next day or go to school next day saying, "Hey, like, I fucked a planet yesterday."
Hey, I fucked a planet. Like, we're all fucking this planet. Recycle, bitch.
I'm sure a lot of anime manga fans, really enjoy Marvel.
Oh, I love Marvel. I think I could talk about Marvel all day, every day. I love Marvel.
Even with your wife?
Even with my wife. She loves Marvel, too.
That's awesome.
She loves She-Hulk. Don't know why, but she loves it.
Don't know why.
Let me talk about my number 5 pick.
What's your favorite?
Can you see it coming?
Okay, hold on. Let me think. Hey, Brady, bitch tits, raised rich. Everything.
Incredibly rich. Don't forget that. Incredibly
Oh,
rich.
Incredibles. Syndrome.
Close. What's like the Incredibles, but not the Incredibles?
Iron Man 1.
Avengers Endgame is my last pick.
You're so basic. Go
So
ahead.
basic.
Let me
It's
hear-
such a good
let me
movie.
hear
That
about
final
Endgame.
fight scene, you can't be like, you were like, woo! Like when Captain America was all by himself because he's got that dog in him. He was all by himself, like, okay, there's a huge army. It's by myself. My arm's broken. Let me just strap in, ready for this shit. And then Falcon's like on your left, and everybody from the MCU just appears out of nowhere. You can't say that's not hype.
4 of your 5 picks were all like a multitude of heroes
Damn straight.
in one movie.
Is that what makes the superheroes so great? Is when they could team up and they could use they could use each other's strengths.
Okay. You know, this is your top 5. I can't say anything, but yeah. I mean, I agree. That's like one of the best movies ever. And the same thing that I said about Infinity War can be said about Endgame. That you to fully enjoy, to fully feel like this is a masterful orchestra of like amazing movies strung together for one amazing fight is to see all the previous movies and even some of the shows and other stuff.
Yeah, and kind of goes on like my first point with Thor Ragnarok, how it kind of developed his character. Endgame even develops his character even more. It makes him so flawed and vulnerable. Like he lost everything, and then
Which character you said?
Thor. Like he lets himself go. He gets really fat. He gets fat Thor. And it really, like, just seeing the change of, like, Fat Thor to, like, Asgardian Thor at the very end, where he picks up his 2 hammers and he just dual wields it for a little bit. It's so crazy just seeing that character development only over one movie span.
Right, and Thor actually, I think of everyone, I think Thor suffered the most.
Oh, he did,
And
yeah.
he's-
He lost his brother, his dad, his mom, his whole planet,
I was gonna say all that, but
half
yeah,
his civilization.
Cool.
Also his abs.
Thanks for finishing my thought. I think that after him, Captain America lost the most.
Yeah, he kind of lost his whole timeline. But didn't he get it back, though? Like, Thor still hasn't got it. Captain America at the end of Endgame, he goes back to his original timeline. Unless if there's more you think he lost. But, like, Thor's still in that kind of journey where, like, yeah, he lost a lot, but he's gaining, like, new experience when Captain
I think it's
America...
different also because like yeah, some characters lost everything, but like they might be dead or like got their timeline back.
Mhm.
Thor has to live with it.
Yeah, he does have to live with it, yeah.
Right, and it's like he didn't get to take the easy way out. Not that anyone really took the easy way out, but you know, Iron Man kind of did.
He died.
Yeah, but like,
Is that the easy way out?
yeah, he died.
I don't think that's the easy... I didn't think that's the route he wanted to go with.
What I'm trying to say is that I think Thor lost the most, and like you said, like,
100%.
his family, his abs. He lost Loki twice.
Twice.
But
Loki
he
might come
gained
back.
a daughter.
He did gain his daughter Love. She's great. I'm excited to see what they do with her.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. That last like 5 minutes is like such a probably some of the best 5 minutes of any Thor movie.
Yeah. Well, talking about your number 5. What's your number 5?
Let me see. I can't remember.
There's
So many gosh dang.
There's a lot of like really good movies. Like there's so many like I would put into the upper echelon. Epsilon.
Episodes. Epstein.
Okay, go on. What's your number 5?
Neither one of us are literate. Illiterate? No, we are illiterate, but neither one of us are smart.
We're not literate.
That's what I was trying to say. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
Smartest guy in this room next after me.
Anyway,
3, 2, 1. Black Panther.
OG Black Panther.
Yeah.
Really?
Wakanda Forever is good.
Mhm.
It's really good. I like Black Panther 1. For every reason in the book. I love the soundtrack. So good. They dropped a whole album.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar and like a handful of like 25 other artists dropped an album for the movie.
He killed that track.
I love Michael B. Jordan. Holy shit. I love his acting. I love his abs. He's voted like the hottest man like in 2022 or 2021. I loved his outfit. He helped design it himself in the movie.
No, he's so cool.
Like and Chadwick Boseman has like the heart of gold. The late God rest his soul, 2020, Chadwick Boseman passed. But he was battling cancer for a long, long time, and no one even knew it. Only people really, really, really close to him knew that he was battling cancer.
Yeah, and he's so strong. Like, he didn't want it to affect, because even when they were filming Endgame, like, he was going through a lot of health issues, but he didn't tell anybody because he was just so strong and independent.
Yeah, and the last thing he did, if you guys want to check it out, the last thing he did was the voiceover work for the What If episode for there's a series called What If on Disney Plus, and you can go check it out. It's an animated series, but he did the voiceover for his character in that series. He's in like 2 episodes, I think, 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to go check it out, that's the last thing he did apparently. But yeah, Chadwick Boseman absolutely killed his role. It showed us an amazing world of like technology with Wakanda. It showed us the conflict between the 3 Wakanda tribes. It showed us how amazing, how intimidating Black Panther bad guy can be. Killmonger.
So good. Like, yeah, it's literally. So I think Killmonger is probably in the top 3 of the best villains in the MCU.
Yeah, his last words were "bury me in the ocean," because even my ancestors knew that dying free is better than living.
I really thought he was going to come back in the next one. I mean, he did, into a sense, but I was in the camp of the firm believer, like, he's going to be the next Black Panther. They're going to resurrect him, and he's going to be the next Black Panther. I was in that camp so hard.
It'd be kind of cool if, like, maybe, like, he acts as, like, a mentor for Shiri?
Yeah.
Shiri? That'd be kind of cool if he, like, subconsciously acts as a mentor to her going forward. That'd be really cool.
That'd be cool, but I think, like, that kind of story development or story plot point in it is when she saw him in the afterlife, I could say.
She was trying to see her father or see her brother.
Yeah, it was someone who she didn't want to see, and he wasn't even so much of a mentor figure. It was kind of a point of, like, it kind of helped her realize this is someone who I don't want to be, because her path was kind of, like, leaning towards rage. So, like, if she took a wrong turn, she was going to end up like Killmonger for rage and stuff. But after seeing him, she realized this is not the path.
Is Wakanda on streaming it?
Yeah, I believe it's on.
I want to see them.
You should rewatch it. Yeah, because you kind of, like, once when knowing that, it's like, oh, after a conversation with Killmonger, if she didn't have that conversation with Killmonger, she might have just killed Namor, like, right there. But instead, she, like, let him live, and they were able to find that truce between their tribes. Yeah, so she could have went down the path of, like, evil and Killmonger and Nish.
Yeah, she barely won that fight too. Like, it was like she outwitted him, but I feel like Black Panther would have manhandled him. All he has is like a staff and like some like little wings.
Yeah, well, it was kind of like she only beat him. Honestly, I think only for the story she beat him. Like, on
that's what I'm saying. Barely. Like,
yeah,
she shouldn't be able to pull that ass pull.
Yeah, it was kind of ass pull. Like, if it was OG, like Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, I think it would have been like a better fight. I don't know if it wouldn't be even.
I think it would be more one-sided, to be honest.
You think?
To be honest, I think that if it was the OG like powered up like purple suit Black Panther, I think he would have like been able to easily rip him apart, because Shiri has like, she's technology, like, not trying to be rude.
She doesn't have a lot of experience.
She's skinny, not trying to be rude, but she's like, she's like not muscular.
Yeah.
She's not any experience fighting. She's a scientist.
Yeah, well, that's what the herb does. It kind of gives her the power. But the fighting ability, I don't think the herb, what she eats, doesn't give her the fighting ability. It just gives her the ability.
Right. It's like having a gun but not knowing how to use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you have the ability to, like, use it, but you need to be properly trained in it. She didn't have any proper training.
Yeah. Also, like, guns have a kickback. You don't know how to use it, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Oh yeah, they should use that. But to be fair, they had to rewrite the whole story, like, in day. Yeah, a couple times, just because with everything going on. They didn't know what was going to happen. Then sadly, with his passing, they had to rework everything in such a limited amount of time.
Right.
I think they should have just pushed back the movie even.
And I think it was good.
Yeah.
I think, might be percent, I think it was fine where it was.
I mean, yeah, it was good.
I like that it didn't like it paid homage to the late Chadwick Boseman and Black Panther. It felt like in the movie they were grieving with us.
Yes.
And we saw that this wasn't like just some oh wow, just another Black Panther. Like, no, this was like our son, this is our brother, this is our hero, this was the people's champion, etc. And we lost this person, and it was very unfortunate, and we got to grieve like multiple times, like in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end too. Like I'm not gonna give anything away, but the ending was, in my opinion, really strong. It was very emotional. The ending.
You know what I like about it? At the beginning, it kind of throws you into like the Black Panther dying, but it doesn't explain like what's going on. That's kind of like us in the real world, is like we got this information thrown at us as like, oh my gosh, she's suffering with this. No one knew about it. And we're kind of getting thrown into this panic. But I do love how private it was, because like Chadwick Boseman, when he was going through that stuff, it was very private. So even in the movie, they didn't exploit his death for a story element, for MCU element.
Nothing even happened, right? It was a heart condition.
Yeah, they didn't even say what he died from in the movie. What's kind of like honorable to like his actual family, because like instead of exploiting like what he actually died in, they just like kind of left it unnamed in the movie.
So I think you met him before, my friend Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Mike.
Good old
Brown.
Yeah, Mike Brown.
Shout out Mike Brown. He is a local AZ artist, and he's absolutely killing the game right now. He's getting better and better and better. I've watched him come up from like a little he's like a little bitch ass brother to me. I've watched him come up from like like a homie who can barely draw. It's like now he's like absolutely killing it with the art. Shout out to Mike Brown by Brandon Creations. He is a massive Black Panther fan.
Yeah,
massive Black Panther fan. I've been to his office before, and he has cutouts. He has like hundreds and $1,000 statues.
That's awesome.
He has like Black Panther #1 sign and everything. He's a big Black Panther fan.
Yeah,
I felt so bad, dude, because like the day he passed.
Yeah, he was affected by it.
No. Let me finish. I texted him. I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like I can't imagine like how you're feeling right now. He's like, what are you talking about? Oh shit. And then I was like, dude, like here, check out this link real quick. And I never got a text back. I never got a text back. I just figured he was like really sad. And then later that night, he posted a video like going through his office, like just like kind of like really sad and remorseful, talking about Black Panther, because that's how he got into comic books and anime and stuff like that. Like his first introduction was his father showing him Black Panther, and so like he like kind of put like he made Black Panther and his father kind of like almost in the same like pedestal. Like he kind of looked at both of them like hardcore, and so like for that for a character who represented the character, for a person who represented the character so well, to pass like was impactful. Yeah, no, I'm sure that's crazy, but I'm glad they were able just to honor him in that, because a lot of like some businesses, they'll try to exploit that. Like, oh, we're gonna use this to like benefit like our story, or we're gonna use it to bring people more into theaters. They didn't do that. They didn't do that. They did it in such a respectful way. Do you know what else that you noticed about this? It just kind of clicked with me more recently, was that they did not call it Black Panther 2. They just called it Wakanda Forever. Really? Because it's not a Black Panther 2 movie. It's it's its own thing. That's great. I thought it was Black Panther, because everybody in the internet, they just call it Black Panther 2. I think it's called Wakanda Forever. No, probably that makes a lot more sense. And if that's not the case, I think that's a lot better, because it totally is like its own self-contained story. You're not really following like Chadwick Boseman character as T'Challa. No, you're right. No, I'm wrong. It's Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which I mean, it's still better because they don't call it Black Panther 2 or anything. Yeah, I think just Wakanda Forever is like, because it's kind of its own thing. Do you think they're gonna make more just straight Black Panthers with like Shuri, or do you think she's just gonna be cameos now in like big team up movies? Like, do you think they're gonna have her own like plot? If they do, I want them to make her more badass. Yeah, because like she used the time to like train with I want to see her train. I want to see Ironheart be more powerful. I want Ironheart to be more badass. I want them to be. I want to feel like, whoa, that was so sick. Now, like, kind of like the battle with Black Panther and Killmonger on that train underneath ground. Yeah, actually, like that. Black Panther was my number 5 pick. My one gripe, my one complaint about that movie was that the final fight was a little bit hard to see in the dark. Oh, you're talking about OG Black Panther? Yeah. It was a lot of like rusty CGI. Usually, I'm not like a big picky guy on CGI, but it was like, it was dark. It was moving too fast. The blur. Yeah. You noticed the CGI a lot. It was like, it's not good CGI if you noticed it. But only in the dark though. Like in my opinion, I think there's a point in the final fight where they drop to like this like darker area and it's harder to see, and the CGI is like a little bit lacking. What's crazy, because like I don't know too much about CGI, but
a lot of CGI movies are kind of filmed in the dark because it's easier to put in CGI in dark places rather than light places because more light makes it more realistic.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just like I watched a CGI video about it and I was like, oh, that's why like a lot of like fight scenes and stuff are kind of in like darker areas and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Except for Free Guy. You seen Free Guy?
Free Guy's super bright,
The
but
last fight
Free Guy gets away with CGI since it's based in his video game, so like it's allowed to be kind of clunky.
Yeah.
Because like that's like Free Guy and Level 1 are allowed to get away with like interesting CGI because it's not supposed to pass on for like real, stuff. It's supposed to be like a video.
I like Free Guy. Maybe you can stop talking crap about it.
I love Free Guy, man. I think Free Guy has such a fun creative fight.
Who is this Free Guy?
Definitely the last fight scene where he brings out like Captain America's shield and it cuts to everybody. Then it cuts to like Chris Evans.
Dude,
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Free Guy's my favorite Marvel movie, actually.
Yeah, it should be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
He kind of is. He's Deadpool.
Yeah, he is. I'm excited. I'm excited for Deadpool to
We
get.
can definitely do another top 5. We can do top 5 worst or top 5 Marvel anything.
Yeah, Marvel related. Oh, I have a lot of top 5 Marvel anything. Actually, there's so much like different avenues of Marvel anything. TV shows, anime movies, Sony movies. Could even be video games. Some people love some Marvel video games from back in the day.
Right.
There's a lot.
Sony movies, yeah. I would put Logan. I would put Logan in my top 5
Logan's pretty good.
or anything Marvel related movies in general.
Yeah, Logan's pretty good. I have some other ones. I really love the Deadpool movies. They're really good.
Number 2 made me laugh a lot too. Even though number 2 has a slightly lower rating, I think number 2 made me laugh a ton as well.
I think Spider-Man, the PS4 game, is one of the best Spider-Man stories.
Right.
Period.
Oh, stories? Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the best Spider-Man stories, period. One of the best Peter Parkers, period. Just the way they brought that Peter Parker to life and the way they brought the villain's Doc Ock to a point. The way they kind of introduced him and how they involved Peter's personal life, super good. Like if they'd made a live action movie just off of that plot, it would be like
With the white suit.
yeah, the white suit's in it. It's like it's super good, super crazy.
Dude, if we open it up to all Marvel properties, I would say
That's gonna be like a 2-hour podcast.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Oh my gosh, me and my mom bonded over the new trailer because his mom comes up behind him and he's like, Mijo,
Oh, that's such a good scene.
He's like, she's like, Mijo, like no matter where you go, I want you to know that you are loved. Never doubt you are loved, mom,
Yeah.
baby. And then my mom's like, oh,
Have you seen that extended version of that? They release online like an extra like minute of that scene. You should watch it. It looks really good.
Aw, it looks so good. And like the way that like Spider-Man 2099 slams into the ground, it looks like it hurts so bad.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's an absolute. I'm wondering like what did Miles do to make all these guys? I keep on forgetting. It's a 2-parter. I keep on forgetting like, oh, it's all gonna be in this one movie. We're gonna have to wait another 3 years for the rest of this movie.
I think more than that maybe because like
Could be, unless if they like been working on both of them simultaneously. That would be hype because they did that with Infinity War and Endgame. They were just a year apart from each other because they were working on them both together. What's such a smart decision. I think Sony might do that.
Right, that's what Avatar did. Apparently, he turned in 9 hours of footage. The director James Cameron, right? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris Cameron?
Chris. Who's Chris?
I don't know, dude. I get my directors mixed up.
It's all right. If they're not actors, they're not important.
Yeah, basically, if they're not anime or Captain America, they're not important. Anyway, he turned in apparently 9 hours of footage. So I'm not sure like if that's also part 2 or just all one movie.
No, because the Avatar series, Way of Water. I guess that's just the second one. They're planning on 4 to 5 movies, like additional 4 or 5 movies.
Dude.
They're milking that cow.
Dude, I wish I could be milked like that.
You can be, just in a different sense, in a way. Wow.
So that's basically it, guys. That's our first Marvel episode. We could probably do at least 3 or 4 more of these.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much Marvel related stuff. Not only in the MCU, but all of Marvel.
We had to consciously cut us off on some parts. I was like, we're talking Wakanda or Spider-Man.
We could talk about Spider-Man all day. We could talk about Black Panther all day.
We even talk about how like you became godly good at Fortnite for like 2 months while
just because of Spider-Man.
Just
I was so motivated to get the Spider-Man skin in Fortnite. I got godly at Fortnite.
Yeah, we're like Brady was like for once like leading the charge for us, and I was like, oh my gosh, like who is this guy?
I was like, I need that Spider-Man. I need level 99 to get Spider-Man.
We used to depend on this guy to heal us. Now he's like leading the charge.
Yeah, I'm not bandit bitch anymore. I'm rescue ranger.
Yeah. You're Red Gelato.
Red Gelato. Red Gelato, the color of justice.
And hey, to the 3 people still listening, thank you. Thank you so much.
And hey, for the 2 1/3 person still listening, thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming out to Marvel episode 1 and Snack Run podcast episode 5.
All right, bye. See you next time.